Hey there, CIS240. Welcome to session 10. Words that, as I speak them, freak me out a little bit just because of how fast the semester is moving. So this week, or this session really, we have the second half of chapter 7, which has to do with arrays. And what we're doing here is we are taking special attention on the searching and sorting aspects of them. What I'll tell you is, or what I'll build off of and remind you from last session might actually be more appropriate, is here with the array, you're really looking at one of the data types that we use in all of the data sciences stuff that we do in modern business. We don't work with files because, as you'll remember from previous chapters in working with files, there is one version of a file, and that one version of a file can only be used by one process at a time. Whereas with an array, we are working with something that is temporary, something that we expect will change, will shrink, will, and actually the two things that I'm about to suggest that we are going to do, search and sort with an array, are the two things that you are going to do in this session. And it is important that you know how searching, and that you know why searching takes as long as it does, and it is important that you know how sorting and how long it takes sorting to be done, because those two things are going to lead to you being successful when you do it in, a live production environment. It's entirely true that there really are a set number of searches, there really are a set number of sorts, and you're just going to reuse them. The ones that we build here in 240 are going to be exactly the same ones that you see in a production environment someplace with thousands or hundreds of thousands or tens of millions of data points later on in an industry. What is important, I think, to take note of here is the idea of how long these operations will take. Later on down the line, I believe it is session 11 or 12, we'll actually come back to this and look at files and look at arrays and look at searching and sorting again. And when we do that, we're going to do it with a much larger file, or a much larger data set, actually. It involves files and arrays and operations, so that you have an idea of how long it takes to do these searches and sorts with more than 2 or 3 or 20 pieces of data in there. So this really is a substantial building block that you will take and you will apply when you get to more advanced Java later on down the line, when you get to other programming languages potentially later on down the line, and certainly when you get to a production environment down the line. That's why we broke it up into two pieces, so that absolutely positively it gives you the opportunity to get it right, because you're going to need to get this right. So have at it.